or trying to seem relatable to people who didn't understand supernatural life. He was speaking directly to what he assumed were other creatures dealing with similar challenges. The thing nobody tells you about modern werewolf parenting, Marcus continued, is that the traditional pack structure doesn't work when you're trying to maintain a suburban lifestyle. I can't exactly establish dominance over other parents at the PTA meeting by growling at them, you know? Jake was capturing everything with professional focus. But Sarah could see he was as fascinated as she was by this completely unguarded perspective. How do you manage the transformations? Sarah asked. Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Marcus scratched behind his ear in a gesture that looked distinctly canine. I've got a whole system worked out. I've got a reinforced shed in the backyard, noise-dampening insulation, and a very understanding neighbor who thinks I'm just really into woodworking. He pulled out his phone and showed them photos of what looked like a high-tech panic room disguised as a garden shed. The real problem is the unexpected transformations, Marcus said. Full moon? I can plan for that. But stress transformations? Those are what got me into therapy. Therapy? Oh yeah, there's a whole support group for supernatural creatures trying to make it in human society. We meet at the community center on Mondays. Best thing that ever happened to me, honestly. You should film them. Velma runs an amazing program. Sarah felt her documentary instincts tingling. Would they be open to being filmed? Are you kidding? Half of them are dying to tell their stories to someone who won't think they're crazy. There's this vampire Derek, who's got 400 years of experience, but can't figure out how to order groceries online. And Janet, she's a zombie nurse, which sounds like a contradiction but actually makes perfect sense when you think about it. Marcus was clearly warming up to his audience, speaking with the enthusiasm of someone who'd been waiting years to have this conversation. The thing is, he continued, we're all trying to adapt to a world that wasn't built for us. Like, take my job situation. I work customer service for a cable company, right? But do you know how hard it is to stay calm when some human is screaming at you about their internet connection, when you could literally tear their throat out? Sarah made a note to follow up on the support group. This was exactly the kind of authentic content the network wanted, but she was also becoming genuinely invested in these creatures' stories. What would success look like for you? She asked. Marcus considered this seriously. Success would be not having to choose between being who I am and being able to function in society. Like, what if I could use my werewolf abilities in my job instead of hiding them? I've got enhanced senses, supernatural speed, incredible strength, but I'm stuck in a cubicle pretending to be human because that's the only way the world makes sense right now. Have you ever considered starting your own business? With what capital? And doing what? There's no business model for supernatural creature provides services using abilities that humans think are impossible. Marcus laughed, but there was frustration in it. Though I've got to say, I could run the hell out of a delivery service. I could get packages across town in minutes, work all night, never get tired. But try explaining that on a business loan application. After they finished filming Marcus, Sarah and her crew sat in their rental car, processing what they'd just documented. That was, Jake started. Completely different from what I expected, Sarah finished. He wasn't trying to seem normal or relatable to humans. He was just being honest about his experience. Did you notice he never questioned our credentials? Mike asked. He just assumed we were from the supernatural community. Sarah looked at her notes. The question is, do we keep pretending or do we tell them the truth? What did the network say about that?